What's up guys, Omni here. Guys know how it goes, another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news, topic, tweets, videos you want me to talk about tomorrow? Hey yeah guys, today is Thursday, September 18th. And yes, I'm back from my vacation from New York City. I told you guys to be on your best behavior. I left last week around Thursday or Friday, and you guys know, when I leave and I take vacations, the internet usually goes to hell, okay? So I'm back. Let me guess. The world's a mess. Please tell me that you guys have been on your best behavior and the past week has been one of the best weeks of your entire life. Aura said, just wanted to write a statement. This past week has been the most chaotic I had to deal with. From the train incident, Charlie Kirk, David, and Poland preparing for war. What? Wishing Godspeed for the rest of this planet. I'm missing so much of the positives. What is happening to the planet? Oh my lord. Look, I disconnected a little bit. I kind of followed a little bit of stuff. I was trying to vacate, I went to go see Demon Slayer, the movie, the new one that came out. Absolutely loved it. Was just kind of like not looking at my phone. I was eating all this food in New York City and I come back and literally everyone's like, Omni, you know what? Just go back. Just stay on a permanent vacation. What's happening? All right, let's cover it. Relax, okay? Everyone keeps saying the world is burning, but it can't be that bad, right? Right. Gang Shade Reedy saying so much is happening, Omni. It's getting crazy out on these streets. I told y'all these streets ain't safe. What I tell y'all from frame one, years back, I've been letting y'all know. Look. This is gonna be a little rant. It's gonna be a little bit of rant. This is gonna be between me and you, okay? Because this is what we do. We yap, right? Look, I get it. I get that shit's hit the fan and stuff is weird and drama and politics and blah, 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 okay? All right? But we got something that nobody else got, okay? We got us, okay? We got community, okay? We got a space where we can talk about this crazy shit, but not doom and gloom over it, okay? This is, I have come to the conclusion when it comes to saving the world and look, hear me out. I'm not saying that I don't want to make the world a better place. I think what I prefer to do is to create a good place and invite good people into it. You feel me? Like, I'm not going to go out there and try to save people that don't want to be saved, right? There's a lot of people out there that spend a lot of time and energy trying to change the minds of people and saving people who quite literally just don't want to be saved, okay? She don't want to be saved, brother, okay? Stop doing what you're doing, all right? So I see what you're doing. So it's kind of like this space feels like a great place where we can come together and I can just take care of my own, right? That's what I want to do. I want to take care of my own, my people, my community, my us. We can make the community grow. It can stay small or whatever, but that'll bring me the most amount of happiness. And if people want to get aboard along the train, then come on through. But yeah, that's just a little rant. Let's look into what's happening. So this was actually pretty huge. I saw some clippets about this last night. People were kind of messaging me and hitting me up and like, Omni, something big just went down. I'm like, what happened? Jimmy Kimmel getting suspended wasn't something I was expecting to wake up, and it was a breaking tweet alert. Disney is pulling Jimmy Kimmel's late night show off air indefinitely after Kimmel ignited a firestorm over his comments about the alleged Charlie Kirk assassin. Dang, that makes two, right? Because I'm pretty sure didn't Stephen Colbert also get fired as well? So I'm thinking Jimmy Kimmel, that's two people, freedom of speech people who come out and make commentary who are getting yoinked off their platforms for let's find out. Let's look into this, okay? I don't know the details, so let's look into it. So for those of you guys don't know, this is Jimmy Kimmel, okay? He has a show, I think it's like every night or whatever. It's on ABC, okay? And I think this is the clip that people have been pointing me to and saying is the reason why he got ejectocito cuzzoed from his network.
He had some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. There's demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish.
Okay, so yeah, Jimmy Kimmel definitely rustling Donald Trump's jimmies with this excerpt. 1 minute, okay? It seems kind of like the normal type of things that I see from Jimmy Kimmel and from these late night shows. I don't feel like anything that was said was at an extreme type of level that is... let me figure out. Let me keep looking into it. What exactly did he say specifically in this clip that ignited the fans and flames of ABC pulling them out? So what do we got here? All right, Rolling Stone is now confirming what we all knew with Jimmy Kimmel's show. According to their reporting, executives at ABC and Disney didn't think Kimmel said anything outrageous, but they feared retaliation from Trump. This is a blatant attack on free speech. Oh, no, 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 no. And the hours leading up to the decision to pull Jimmy Kimmel, two sources familiar with the matter say senior executives at ABC, its owner Disney, and affiliates convened emergency meetings to figure out how to minimize the damage. Multiple execs felt that Kimmel had not actually said anything over the line, the two sources say, but the threat of Trump administration retaliation loomed. You got the SAG-AFTRA guys, okay, publicly condemning the decision to suspend Jimmy Kimmel's show, saying democracy thrives when diverse points of views are expressed. The decision is to suspend airing Jimmy Kimmel's Live is the type of suppression and retaliation that endangers everyone's freedom. Got Obama in here. Oh my God. Okay, less than 30 minutes ago. Oh, we got fresh Obama, Barack Obama, okay? After years of complaining about cancel culture, the current administration has taken it to a new and dangerous level by routinely threatening regulatory action against media companies unless they muzzle or fire reporters and commentators it doesn't like. Oh my man. I saw this. I took the screen cap, by the way, too. Brian Tyler Cohen. He's also one of the guys that's like on the left side. They were saying Trump just got Kimmel's show canceled. He did the same with Colbert's. He waged lawsuits against the New York Times, Wall Street Journals, and 60 Minutes. He blocked the AP from the White House briefing room. I did hear about that. I remember when that happened. He got ABC News to pay $15 million, CBS to pay $16 million, and Meta to pay $25 million. This is an all-out assault on free speech, the First Amendment, and democracy. I can promise you that I will never back down, capitulate, or bend the knee to this administration. The federal government has zero leverage over me. If you want to support independent media that is not afraid to speak out, please subscribe to this channel and do not disengage. Now is the time to stay engaged, informed, and activated. Man, wait, that means me, bro. Wait a minute, bro. You trying to tell me these YouTube streets ain't safe either, bro? I came up here to yap and talk to you guys about what's objectively happening around the world, and there's a chance I might get ejectocito cuzzled as well. I don't know, bro. I don't know. What else we got here? Jimmy Kimmel basically just lost his job for saying Charlie Kirk's killer was MAGA. Just a few days ago, here's Brian Kilmeade of Fox News saying homeless people should be killed. He still has his job. Somebody said that homeless people should be killed? Cap.
Billions of dollars to mental health and the homeless population. A lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary. You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you, or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill them.
Yeah, Brian.
You have a tweet from Republicans Against Trump saying, not a big fan of Jimmy Kimmel, but if you think his show should be canceled for this, you're a hack and a total fraud who should never pretend to care about free speech. You got Governor Gavin Newsom over here from California reacting to the Jimmy Kimmel Live situation, saying buying and controlling media platforms, firing commentators, canceling shows. These aren't coincidences. It's coordinated. It's dangerous. The GOP does not believe in free speech. They censor you in real time. So we have been, if you've been watching this channel for the past month or two, okay, we've been talking about how censorship has been basically blowing up at an extreme level for a while worldwide. Okay, we've been talking about the UK Online Safety Act. Okay, we've been talking about the acts that are happening in the United States. You've been seeing all these notifications about potentially having to put your ID when it comes to Spotify and YouTube and age verification and people wanting to see more of your internet digital footprint. Okay, and now you're hearing about things about people being silenced for the things that they say, or people being afraid to speak out and say things because they may get banned by government or shot or even killed. Okay, it's getting really freaking weird out on these freaking streets. Like what in the world, bro? I usually subscribe to that meme where it says like nothing like really happens, like no one presses the button, nothing's really. I feel like it's actually things are happening, bro. Like you can't put your head in the sand at this point and not realize like people, it's getting very strange. This person said, they said Jimmy Kimmel would have to make a public apology and donate to Turning Point, the alt-right Christian org that Charlie Kirk ran. Is this not the craziest that you ever heard? Bitch, are we in North Korea? Wait, so he has to give a public apology for that minute clip, and then he also has to donate money to the Charlie Kirk Turning Point found. Oh my Lord, that's not normal, right? Like, this is not normal. I don't care whose side you're on, right? This is just not a normal thing, right? I feel like it's not a normal response to what seems to be a pretty tame commentary. Here's what CNN had to say about it.
There's only one thing that matters. There's only one thing that matters. We had a threat of retaliation by a government official for someone not pronouncing government commanded speech. There was an order from the state about what people must say. Jimmy Kimmel did not say that, and his corporation was threatened with consequences by a government official. This is not cancel culture because it's not culture. It's state repression. It's an order from the government. Here's the script you must read. If you do not read it, you will be taken off the air. Jimmy Kimmel didn't read it. He was taken off the air. This cannot be. Because he's a comedian, there'll be people who say maybe we shouldn't take this as seriously. But here's the comparison I would suggest. When Paul Pelosi was brutally attacked, many, unfortunately, including the son of the former President Trump, made light of it. A terrible thing, heartbreaking, a terrible attack on an 82-year-old man. Imagine if the Biden administration had given a script and said, this is what everybody must say about Paul Pelosi. And if you don't say it, we will bring pressure to bear on your parent corporation to fire you. Greg Gutfeld at Fox, you're not sad enough about Paul Pelosi. You're not saying what we command to be said about Paul Pelosi. Therefore, unless Fox fires you, we are going to bring regulatory havoc to bear on the parent corporation.
Okay, so they are now using the example of what happened with the clip that I just showed you with Fox News to talk about the guy who made the statements about poor people just being killed and neutralized, essentially, and him keeping his job and being like, okay, so now it looks like it's being selective, which is, we've seen this before. If you go back on Twitter and you look at all of the officials, if you look at Trump, if you look at Elon Musk, if you look at everyone, you can find some receipt that usually produces exactly what's being said here, right? It's almost kind of like the rules for thee, but not for me. All right. So when we say, hey, we're going to condemn this, and then someone says, hey, but your guys also did the same thing that you're condemning. And then using the reply is kind of like, yeah, but so what? You did it first. Or, yeah, well, you guys are need to be neutralized by it. You tried to do it to us, so we're just, quit. That's kind of what it feels like it is, trying to justify the behaviors on both sides, because again, when it comes to politics, I feel like people don't really care about the truth. People just really want to figure out how to support their own side. Anyway, I'm actually scrolling around on a lot of places, different medias and all that stuff, and Twitter, which you guys probably know is more right-leaning than most. And even it's one of the situations where it looks like even people who are leaning towards the right are being like, whoa. Okay, this one really is truly an attack on the First Amendment, on the freedom of speech, okay? Like a lot of Republicans are saying, I'm a Republican, I support Donald Trump, but I do not support this concept of people who are speaking, getting their rights removed or not being able to say how they feel, otherwise having to face retaliation. Don't believe me? You got Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson is out here also defending the concept of the First Amendment. Like he don't believe me. It's everybody, bro.
You hope that Charlie Kirk's death won't be used by a group we now call bad actors to create a society that was the opposite of the one he worked to build. You hope that. You hope that a year from now, the turmoil we're seeing in the aftermath of his murder won't be leveraged to bring hate speech laws to this country. And trust me, if that does happen, there is never a more justified moment for civil disobedience than that, ever. And there never will be. Because if they can tell you what to say, they're telling you what to think. There is nothing they can't do to you because they don't consider you human. They don't believe you have a soul. A human being with a soul, a free man, has a right to say what he believes, not to hurt other people, but to express his view.
Okay. Tucker Carlson saying, yo, First Amendment, freedom of speech, don't put no restriction upon that. And Charlie Kirk lived and died by that same thing, and that apparently people, bad faith actors, are using his death in order to push the opposite of what was communicated by him. So now people are boycotting Disney, ABC News, okay, saying that they bent the knee to the administration, and there's a lot of people just basically trying to fight back against their rights for the First Amendment because they believe this is going to be a very silent and slow, and well, some people thinking loud, creep, basically making sure that everyone stays in line and says exactly what the script should say, and anybody speaking out against it will face some type of retaliation. Obviously, as you guys know, I 1000% support the First Amendment. Okay, I'm open to everybody's ideas, even the people who have crazy ideas, right? I feel like these people with crazy ideas should still have the right to express it. My thing is, like, I guess my question is what is anybody going to do about this? To be honest, like, I feel like I've been in this place where I'm kind of just observing some of the things that's been happening in this administration, right? I'm just kind of watching and people looking at it happen, and I'm like, what's going to happen? Who's going to stop Trump? All right, I'm like, who's going to stop him? I feel kind of just watching from the inside out, it just seems like in the administration can just do what they kind of want. Like, every time I hear them doing something where I'm like, hey, is that illegal? Somebody might be like, yeah, well, but it looks like it's going to happen anyway. So that's kind of what it feels like to me, is that this is just going to keep happening. Is there any kind of way to save Jimmy Kimmel? Is there any reason why Jimmy Kimmel should not be removed? Actually, that's another question maybe I haven't looked at. Is there anybody who actually feels like what Jimmy Kimmel said was problematic enough for him to be suspended and lose his job, and then also have to make a public apology, and then also have to donate money to a Charlie Kirk foundation? Like, am I missing something? Because if I am, I'm open to hearing it, right? Please. But as I've been looking at all the social medias, and I say all the social medias, you guys know how objective I am. The majority, if not like 90% of what I'm seeing is people basically saying, hey, do not attack the First Amendment and the freedom of speech. This is going a little bit too far. In terms of what's going to happen so far, and I'll give you guys some updates, right? Jimmy Kimmel reportedly made it clear that he won't apologize for his remarks on the Charlie Kirk shooter, was planning to clarify and focus on Trump's most loyal supporters. Point out that he was one of them, quote, is being taken out of context. Bob Iger and ABC boss Dana Weldon made the decision to suspend the show. Discussion was reportedly businesslike and polite on both sides, and company hopes the show will be back on the air soon. So this may not be the end of Jimmy Kimmel Live, but man, oh man, not a good look, but on par for the course of what it is that we've been talking about for the past few months when it comes to worldwide censorship, right? Just quite literally making sure that people can control what it is that you do see, and also controlling what people say as well. Some people comparing this, like they said, to North Korea or China or whatever, but it's I don't know. I don't like it. It's uncomfy. And it directly impacts me too. I'm going to keep saying the objective. I'm going to keep talking about the facts and the truths and keep finding that information for you guys, okay, without spinning any narratives, all right, without following any scripts, as long as I can, as long as possible, okay? I'm going to be as independent, but it looks like it could be an attack on people who don't say what people want you to say, and I guess we'll see where that takes us. All right, so my guy Bongs on Go, he said the whole David thing, it's genuinely insane. Okay, so I've been hearing a lot of news about some dude named David, with the A being a 4. And it sounds like some really crazy shit, like really genuinely stuff having something to do with a girl who was dismembered, was found in his Tesla and the trunk, and the internet putting like stories together to connect the two, to show some people thinking that he got set up, some people linking the fact that she was an underage girl and was a minor and they were hooking up, and now I don't know what's going on, but it sounds like an absolutely wild story that I've only been seeing bits and pieces of. I'm going to attempt to try to TLDR and connect the dots of this whole David situation. Okay, I found a Reddit post that seems to summarize it, okay? And it looks like it's a pretty good job in case you guys want the TLDR on this, right? So I'm just going to read it off for you right here, all right? It says, major developments regarding the singer David have been heavily discussed on Reddit and other online platforms following the discovery of a deceased, dismembered 15-year-old girl by the name of Celeste Rivez and a Tesla registered to him. The story has generated significant public attention and controversy due to the disturbing details of the case and the connection to the musician whose real name is David Anthony Burke. These are the allegations and the details that have been discussed. Number one, the discovery of the body. Okay, so it was on around September 8th, 2025. As of this month, authorities found human remains in a Tesla at a tow yard in Hollywood. The body was reportedly dismembered and found in a bag in the front trunk of the car. The car was registered to David. On September 17th, the remains were positively identified as Celeste Rivez, a 15-year-old girl who had been reported missing from Lake Elsinore in April 2024. So this girl has been reported missing for April, May, June, July, August. It's 5 months of reported missing. Apparently they have matching tattoos. Both Celeste Rivez and David reportedly had matching tattoos right in their index finger. Rivez's mother told TMZ that her daughter had a boyfriend named David. There's grooming allegations. Discussions on Reddit basically claim that allegedly from social media and Discord messages that Burke had a relationship with Rivez since she was 11 years old. Screenshots of these alleged messages have reportedly been shared online. Oh no. Oh my God. That's absolutely filthy and absolutely disgusting. What do you mean relationships since 11 years? Oh God, I hate it here. Tour cancellation. After the discovery and identification of the body, Burke's representatives, I'm just calling him David, okay, stated that he was cooperating with the authorities. He has since canceled the remainder of his Withered World tour. There have been some connections to some song lyrics, okay? Some Reddit users have pointed out that David's song, Romantic Homicide, was released on Rivez's birthday in 2022 when she was reportedly 11 years old. His unreleased song, Celeste, also contains lyrics about a girl with his name tattooed on her chest. There's also a weight loss claim. The medical examiner noted that Rivez's weight as 71 pounds when she died, a significant loss from her reported weight of 120 pounds when she was last seen. Amid the unfolding investigation, brands like Crocs and Hollister, who recently featured David in a campaign, had removed content featuring them from his websites and social media. And then there are Reddit conversations in places like Popheads or True Crime Discussion or K-Pop Uncensored, right? That shows users reacting to the news, discussing the evidence, and expressing shock and condemnation. While the investigation is ongoing, many users are drawing conclusions based on the evidence presented in news reports and online forums. God damn, that's absolutely wild and wicked. And it looks like there's, I guess I'll try to find some more information that goes to the actual tangible clues, but like everyone is basically saying that this guy done did it. Has he been arrested? Like, is he in custody? Guys, people are playing internet detective and basically finding every single evidence that kind of shows that this dude, David, was quite literally a psychopath, murderous, intentful person who posted clues. He snitched on himself. What is that? Bro, what's that one song where they talk about rappers snitching on themselves? Was it a Dave Chappelle skit? I can't remember what skit it was, right? But it talks about how black people and their rap and their songs, they quite literally just talk about the things that they did and that they do. Was it Dave Chappelle? I wrote this song a long time ago. A really long time ago. No, that wasn't it. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this video here, or this tweet, the screen cap says, "Me if I see her talking with other dudes, sad face." Oh my, and it's basically kind of saying, like, suggesting that I would murder. This was as of 6/26/2024. Another one saying, "Me watching her scream after I poured boiling water on her after she told a boy happy birthday because why are you happy? He made it another year." Oh man. Apparently this guy had a Discord where people and of his fans knew about David and his relationship with Celeste. Oh, these predators move in flocks. No, man. Oh, God, and all roads go back to they not like us. All roads go back to they not like us. Okay, whether David did kill Celeste or not, he wrote this song about her in 2023. She was 13 and he was 18. The hell? I want to make you feel suicidal. The girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Oh my God, bro. Oh, and this guy gotta go. This guy gotta go. This guy gotta go. This guy gotta go. Here's what I'm saying. Why haven't I read David has been taken into custody yet? That's what I'm trying to say. Is this man really? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way this man is out here walking with all of this evidence that people are pulling up. Ain't no way. So David, family, his team, that Discord server, and his friends all knew what he did to Celeste, yet nobody felt the need to speak up about. Yeah, all of the need to rot in prison. This is beyond wicked. There's how many people knew about freaking Celeste and David's relationship? That's, oh my God. There's no way. If I, oh, okay, pause. I'm kind of talking my words. I'm in shock. All right, Kerry Washington doing the thing right now. Bro, what do you mean? If I find out that someone is 18, having a relationship with 13, and she's been knowing her since she was 11, and there's no way that I can, oh man, I'm sorry. I'm literally a little speechless. I've seen enough. What more do I need to see about this freaking David guy? I've absolutely seen enough. All right. 16-year-old talking to an 11-year-old all the way up until that she dies, posting tweets about killing her, jokingly over and over and over, a Discord of people hiding the fact that they have a relationship and people getting paid all for it, family, friends, bro, get them all. What in the freaking world, man? What in the goddamn ditty am I just now understanding about this? And how is this guy not in jail? How? What is there not enough evidence? Is it not connected? What is it not corroborated? I'm guessing they're still doing the investigation, but like, man should be detained at the very least, right? Like held in some type of penitentiary. As of now, as I'm reading, I looked up as much as possible. Man's out. He's free. Okay. My opinion, throw this man expeditiously in jail. Okay. Bruh. People have been put in jail for way less connections, okay? That man needs to be put on a high freaking alert. This is absolutely disgusting. I'll let you guys know how this progresses. I'm guessing this is the guy, but oh my Lord. Absolutely disgusting. All right, palate cleanser. Literal palate cleanser. Okay, the past two stories we just talked about, woo, some heavy shit. Okay, let's talk about some heavy calories. But Michael said, talk about your favorite pizza toppings. I feel like you're a pineapple with broccoli kind of guy. Bro? Ew, brother, that was racist. Okay, what's that? Okay, no, I'm not so, okay, I would eat pineapple on the pizza. I'd eat broccoli on the pizza. I wouldn't eat pineapple and broccoli. Actually, if it was cooked well, look, okay. I love pizza. I'm a foodie. I'll keep this short and sweet. I love all the toppings. And I think the question you would want to ask me is what toppings on a pizza would I not eat? Because I am an eater. Stop, okay? I live to eat is what I mean. Okay, I would probably commit Sudoku if I could not eat. Then what's the point of being on this freaking miserable planet? Right? That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Anyway, my favorite toppings I would have to say is pepperoni, extra cheese, extra sauce. Right? I like it, and it depends on where you order from. Right? Like depending on which pizza joint. Like if I go to like New York pizza, I don't need nothing but just pepperoni and cheese. That's it. Order from Joe's Pizza, hit it up, give me that large, maybe put a little sprinkle of garlic and some red powder, get that thin. Oh, I had it this weekend. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Okay, you don't need much when you go to New York, you get New York's pizza, right? Difference point, I just spit. The Chicago pizza, I haven't had Chicago in a lot of that deep dish pizza, but those things are just cakes. Those are pies, right? The pizza there, quite literally like stat, is thickums, okay? So that's a little different thing. I feel like I'm eating a full course meal when it comes to those Chicago deep dish pizzas, right? But normal pizza, again, pepperoni, onions, sausage, right? Because you need the protein, dog. I need protein. I live. I need the protein. And then I like banana peppers a lot. I even, you know that little pepper that they put in the pepperoni on the side? Sometimes they put the little pepper in there. That's mine. You can't have it. They only put one in the box. You can't have it. It's mine. Okay? I'll take it. I'll just bite it. And just suck on that thing for real. Like I like sour stuff and spicy stuff. I think it's a banana pepper. I'm eating it. You can't have it. Anything else I would add to it? That's kind of like my favorite. But depending on where I order from, I'll probably pick different toppings because I know which pizza places make the best types of pizza, right? And also, I might change it based on the crust, right? Like if I get thin crust, then I might change what type of pizza I get. If I get like cheesy stuffed crust, then I might go a little bit more. I'm getting hungry. Point is, I love pizza, and I'll eat everything in any kind of combination as long as it's good twice, because I am an eater. And stop it. Stop it, you freaking heathen. Some anime stuff said the guy who pissed on people during a screening at Infinity Castle got their ass kicked on. Ill? There was a guy who was pissing on people at Infinity Castle. Ew, man. That reminds me of the, someone showed me a clip. I don't know if I told you guys about it. Somebody was at a concert recently, and it was just over there, just, I think, jacking off literally in the middle of the concert. Literally there, like just out in front of people. Like, and then he got his ass beat too as well. Y'all, I don't know what that is. Is that mental health? Is that mental issues? Is that, oh my Lord. Oh my, nasty. Get them. Peeing on people? Bro, if somebody peed on me, I would grab your dick mid-pee, grab it, just so the pee don't come out. And now like a you know, like the hoses from the, you know, those fire hydrants, it starts building up, and I'm gonna hold it. And just, you go like, oh, let go. The pee, nope. And just let that shit build up until it fucking blows up in your goddamn balls, you fucking asshole. Sorry, I'm just thinking about somebody peeing on me. That's one of the most nastiest things I can. And since the pee is already on me, I'm grabbing the dick. The pee is already on me. You thinking, Omni, ew, why you, that's kind of gay. No, I'm grabbing the penis and I'm going to squeeze it. And then after I keep the pain, I'm gonna turn it. I'm gonna twist it. I know exactly how to effectively create the most amount of pain, right? Twist it, and then I'm gonna pull. But I ain't gonna tear it off because that will, no. I'm a just so they can keep getting that yank. Disgusting, bro. Sorry, y'all. Dan season 2 finale as well. Okay, so for those of you guys that don't know, Dan is like season 1, season 2, absolute peak. I'm trying to figure out if I think that it is better than Hunter x Hunter, but it might be like my top 5 anime. I absolutely am in love with this anime. I have not gotten the vibes of Dan since like FLCL, Fooly Cooly. Okay, it's an old school anime. Some of you guys may have seen it, maybe you have not. But there's certain shows that capture a certain magic, a certain element that makes me feel. I think the best word I can think is whimsical, right? Whimsical, where you watch something and you just feel like you're on a journey and adventure, and it quite literally forces you to forget the outside world because it's so good at ensnaring you in its own world, right? In its own unique way. And I feel like there's some anime you watch, but you're still thinking about other stuff. This one does a really good job at just ensnaring you into what it is that it has to say. And it's good at what it does. So that's my Dan rant. And then also Demon Slayer. No spoilers. I watched it. I didn't know that thing was almost 3 hours long. Absolute cinema. Absolute peak. Okay. Absolutely loved it. Oof. Some things that happened that made me feel oof. Some things that made me happen that made me feel like dang, but like it was good. Some people were complaining about the pacing. I call cap. It was great. I can't wait. Apparently though, you gotta wait. There's gonna be 3 more movies. One coming out in 2027, 2 years from now. Okay. One coming out in 2029. And I told you how I feel when it comes to timelines. I don't want to know about things that come out a year. A year is the most that you can give me. Anything past a year, do not tell me, because I know it's going to get delayed. And also, what's the point? What's the point of me knowing something that's going to happen 2 years from now when I got to survive the next freaking 2 hours, the next 24 hours, bro? Don't put that bait in front of me. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm tired of this. Like, here's the timeline for the next 20 years. No. You may be wondering, how peak is Demon Slayer? How well did it do? Okay, I was having this conversation actually with somebody talking about video game movies and anime movies, right? That come out basically. And I was like, what was the last time an anime movie came out that was like super big? And I think there was one that happened last year. I think it was Chainsaw Man or a Studio Ghibli movie or something like that. Anime has been doing very well recently. As a matter of fact, it's becoming very, very mainstream. I kind of want to gatekeep it, but I don't want to gatekeep, peak, right? But I was thinking about it, right? Pokemon was one of the Pokemon the first movie, okay? Pepperidge Farm remembers Pokemon the first movie, was one of the most successful video game / anime movies that ever came out when it came out to like the series. Before that, you would never see like cartoons on there, right? And it was, people were like, ooh, this might be a thing. Then I think it was like Final Fantasy tried to do something and it completely flopped. They lost millions of dollars on this movie. I think it was like the Spirits Within or something. And it wasn't bad, but like it was marketed terribly. And not a lot of people knew Final Fantasy back in the day, and as much as compared to like Pokemon, right? So it's been kind of chilling for a little bit, but there's now a shift, bro. Demon Slayer took $20 million to make, and over the weekend, they made over $400 million, bro. Dude, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Infinity Castle movie breaks the 27-year world record of Pokemon, the first movie, US opening weekend record in a single day, bro. And my boy Zenitsu over here over Mewtwo. The Pokemon, the first movie, that was a good movie. What was that quote from Mewtwo? I think he said, I realize now that it's not the, what's the quote?
I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are.
I realize now that the birth of one's life is irrelevant. I swear, Mewtwo, you were spitting. This is exactly the kind of message that we need today, bro. Okay? Irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that makes you who you are. You are not the sum product of fate, of how your mom and dad had sex and then some sperm got pushed out and then suddenly you became that is not you. You are not that. You are what you make of the cards that has been dealt. Man, Mewtwo inspiring me, bro. Mewtwo inspiring me, bro. There's a part of me, you know, I talk about like politics and stuff. There's a part of me, bro, that wants to come out and spit this game that Mewtwo. Like, you know what I mean? I want to spit it. I just know people ain't gonna listen, man. I know some people watch Pokemon, the Mewtwo movie, and they be like, whatever, and just go on about being niggas, right? But real people, me and you, I know y'all watching this. Y'all know y'all seen this and was like, yeah, that's true. I think I'm going to base my entire life about the concept that everyone is equal and that I'm not going to judge people, but right? I know that we did that, right? But there's some people who look at this and be like, nah, I'm going to keep being a menace to society, bro. So I don't want to deal with them. It's just going to be me. It's just y'all. I just want to fuck with my close circle, my inner circle, and the outside world can leave me alone. I want to take care of mine. I want to take care of me. I want to take care of my people and the people who don't have the power to take care of themselves. Oh, dang, that was Demon Slayer. But yeah, like the people who that's also the kind of energy I want to give to as well. I add that as an asterisk. I want to take care of them as well. All right, that's all I have for today's video. I know there was a Nintendo Direct last week, so I didn't go over the details. I don't think there was any big news, question mark. Maybe there was. I think it was like Fire Emblem. I heard, I didn't, maybe I'll cover that later, but I was kind of like, man, nothing crazy that made me jump out from what I've seen. There's probably some good stuff, mixed reviews on it, but yeah. A lot to talk about today. I love you guys. Bro, stay safe out on these streets because these streets are not safe. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. I miss y'all. I love y'all. I'll continue yapping to you guys until the end of time because this is what brings me purpose. And also, I have a second project that I'm working on the background. It's almost done. I'm just waiting for some people to kind of finish some things as well. It's gonna be another adventure. It's gonna be another journey. It's gonna take what we got here and it's gonna make it complete. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I don't know if you guys can tell I'm so hyped. I don't think it's the coffee. I think it's just talking. I missed you guys. That's what happens when I don't make content for long enough. I don't talk to you guys. I love y'all. Y'all take it easy. Stay safe on these streets. I just said that already. Okay. Well, I'll keep you guys posted on what else is happening around the world. Y'all guys take it easy. Peace.